Understanding the TG straight exit wire cap pair routing. Note, please pause this video as needed to reference the graphics. Ultimately, the TG straight exit wire cap has 4 different pair routing variations: T568B end 1, T568B end 2, T568A end 1, and T568A end 2. The following slides will clarify how to properly route the pairs inside of the wire cap for each cable end and for each wiring scheme. Whether terminating at a patch panel in a TR or at a faceplate in the work area, the same termination scheme needs to be terminated on both ends of the cable to achieve continuity, B to B or A to A. Since the pairs within the cable have a mirrored orientation from end 1 to end 2, certain pairs will need to be rerouted to make both ends match. The pair routing creates the same wire map on each end and must be done after the pairs are inserted into the wire cap, not before. This will be further clarified. First of all, to properly interpret the wire cap, it should be held with the label facing you and the strain relief tabs pointing down. The cable will enter the wire cap perpendicular to how the sticker is viewed, which then creates a front and a rear to the wire cap and is designated by the F and the R respectively. At this stage, T568B or T568A does not matter, but what does matter is which cable end is being inserted. Is it end 1 or is it end 2? Regardless, put the blue and brown pairs on the left and then insert the cable into the wire cap. If you forgot or don't know how to determine end 1 from end 2, please refer to a previous video called Understanding Cable End Identification. Note, each cable pair should be in a separate quadrant of the wire cap. This is an extension of the internal pair separator of the cable and keeps the cable pairs from touching, which helps to decrease near and crosstalk or next. A common mistake is that people pre-arrange the pairs before inserting them into the wire cap. Again, do not do that. That ultimately hardwires near and crosstalk into the termination and can considerably decrease the performance of the cable. After the pairs are inserted into the wire cap, the strain relief collar should be compressed with the EGJT-1 tool, the green tool. This step and why it is important will be clarified in an additional video. After the strain relief collar is compressed, the pairs will need to be routed to their correct termination positions based on the desired wiring scheme. The chart shows 4 different pair routing variations for the TG straight exit wire cap and how each pair will route for each cable end and for each wiring scheme. Reminder, keep the natural pair exit from the cable. Do not prearrange the pairs prior to inserting into the wire cap. Only reroute the pairs as needed after they are inside of the wire cap as shown. B to B or A to A, the pairs reroute and self-correct inside of the wire cap to match the opposite end for final termination. The difference between T568B and T568A are the placement and pin positions of the orange and green pairs. This is depicted by the jack pin diagram. To minimize near and crosstalk, next, the pairs should be routed as shown. For T568B end 1, there is no change since correct pairs are routed into the correct quadrant of the wire cap. For T568B end 2, swap the blue and brown pairs and then swap the orange and green pairs. Note, the blue and green pairs should be routed towards the outside of the wire cap around the internal routing posts. For T568A end 1, swap the orange and green pairs and route the orange pair towards the outside. For T568A end 2, swap the blue and the brown pairs and route the blue pair towards the outside. T568B end 1, there is no swap, match the color code. T568B end 2, swap the blue and the brown pairs, and then swap the orange and the green pairs. Route the blue and the green to the outside. T568A and 1. Swap the orange and the green pairs. Route the orange to the outside. T568A and 2. Swap the blue and brown pairs. Route the blue to the outside. In summary, pair routing can impact the performance of the overall link. It is important to understand which cable end and which wiring scheme is being terminated. Proper pair insertion and proper pair routing are important steps for all TG jacks. Additional steps of the termination process will be clarified in additional videos. If additional assistance is needed, please contact Panduit Technical Support.